Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. So, we just got back from watching Thor Love and Thunder. Quick little thought. Good, bad, mediocre?
I think it's good.
I thought it was a good movie.
It's good. I wouldn't say it's as good as Ragnarok, but it's better than the other Thors, so I mean that bar's pretty low. I'd say it's like right under Ragnarok for me.
I think it's... I almost want to say it's just above it. Ragnarok was a good movie, but to me the story through Ragnarok was a little weak. It just was really well told. Where this was, I think they really focused on let's write the story that we want to tell, and then how do we build to what we want to how to show it. So to me, the story was better on this one, but they both are really good movies.
Yeah. My only complaint about this film is it doesn't take itself seriously enough.
I will give you that.
Especially in, like, the first half.
Yeah.
But, like, once the story gets going and gets serious, it's fine. It's good.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Kristen Bale is the villain, yes? He did a phenomenal job.
He's so good.
I had a joke that so we ended up having to sit separate because of the group size we had. We booked our tickets last minute. So I had a joke I wanted to sit there. I didn't know Kratos was in this movie. Oh, come on. With the makeup, the look, it was Kratos. It was inspired very heavily from Kratos, the god killer himself.
Yeah. Why isn't it possible? The whole time, I was just thinking of American Psycho memes.
Boy! Every time I saw him. Anyways, that's a God of Reference joke if you didn't.
God of Reference.
God of Reference. We're just gonna leave that. Anyways. I did like the fact that we did get to revisit into the new Asgard and see that how it's kind of changed and grown into a full tourist destination. Because realistically, yes, that's exactly what would have happened.
Yeah.
This extraterrestrial port. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna go full tourism.
Oh yeah.
I did not like when they first get to, spoiler alert, the Realm of Shadows, and we decided to go ahead and put a black and white filter over the screen camera.
I thought it looked hot. Visually, this movie's a 10 out of 10. Visually,
okay,
for me, it's a 10 out of 10.
I will give you that visually it makes sense, but for how good the costuming and all that was set, how good everything looked and all the design that was into it, I was just like, oh, we just took away that whole aspect.
Yeah.
It did make for the fight scene still to be interesting, especially because, again, all the shadow creatures now could disappear. And let me just say, every time one of these spider creature things appeared, I was legitimately uncomfortable in my seat, which is fantastic. That is how that should have been.
Yeah.
The Children of Asgard,
I think that's a little weak. I think that's a little
We didn't need a plot point to push forward to go chase down the Godslayer.
Yep.
We already had the plot point set, and it was just, let's just add the second one.
Basically. I don't think Gore was as fleshed out as he could have been.
No. However, when it looks like Zeus kills him, my heart sank. I was so disappointed. I was so upset.
Wait, what?
When it looks like Zeus kills isn't the rock dude named Gore?
No. That's Korg.
That's Korg. Gore was...
Gore the God Butcher.
Gore the God Butcher. I'm sorry. He was... There's more that could have been told into his story. But Korg dying to Zeus, or at least appearing to die to Zeus...
Sad. Big sad.
No
more Fortnite.
What?
No more Fortnite.
I was so upset. I'm like, no! I will say, I thought the entire set of scenes with Zeus during the main part of the movie were absolutely fantastic.
Dude, Russell Crowe does such a great job with Zeus.
It is so funny. It is so well done.
And this is probably not the last we'll see of Zeus either.
No.
That mid-credit scene with Heracles could be good, could be crap. Who plays Heracles? I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, I'm not... I get where they're coming from, but now setting Heracles back to Earth, realistically as a villain, against Thor, I don't see that working well.
Yeah.
It seems like they wanted to find another mythological to use as a villain.
Yeah.
There's so many other you could have pulled from that, though. I liked Zeus dying. I thought that was a good, impactful death. It worked well. It still made it that the other gods could then be infuriated and go ahead and come and show up. I think bringing him back we'll bring him back alive at the end of the movie in the mid-credit scene. I think it killed it. I think it killed that whole impactful moment that you had. I don't think Zeus should have returned.
I don't think Zeus is returning. I think he is dead.
He clearly talking to Heracles.
Yeah, that could be his dying breath.
I don't think so. I think he is alive. He's just afraid to go after Thor himself.
Brett Goldstein. He's known for Ted Lasso.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never watched it. No, good movie. Valkyrie's
kind of left in the dust in this movie.
I get why, though.
Yeah.
The movie is more focused on...
It is a Thor movie. It is a Thor movie. Like, that was one thing that people were afraid of, was it was going to be a Jane Foster movie. It is a Thor movie.
It is good story development for him, but it's also good closing story for her.
Yeah, it's a good closing arc for him. It's a very good closing arc for him, because that's been his whole arc this time, was finding himself since Ragnarok. Yeah.
The introduction of now his
Daughter.
daughter.
I don't know her name. Again, could have been more developed.
I don't think it needed to. I think the death of her at the beginning was impactful enough that I don't think it needed to.
No, I'm saying that we don't know her name, George.
No, but that means there's room that they can adjust the character as they see fit after this movie going forward.
Yeah.
Your thought of her being now introduced as Thor's daughter, though? Your thought of her wielding
She should have been
Stormbreaker.
using Mjolnir.
I would agree. I think Mjolnir should have been in her hands, not Thor's at the end. I do like how... What?
Let me get this right.
I do like how the kind of like full circled back to Thor as a kid going ahead and fighting along with his mother.
Yeah.
And now she's fighting along with her father, or stepfather. Adopted father.
Oh, that's cool.
What?
Well, it makes sense why they use that actress for Gore's daughter.
Because it's his daughter.
Yeah, it's Chris's daughter. Her name is Love.
At the end of the movie, yes, but I don't...
No, her name is Love.
Oh, from the get-go?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because I know at the end of the movie they give her the title and the name of Love, but that's why I'm curious, is there may be more of her story that we'll learn later on.
No, I think she's gonna be... yeah, her name is Love. I mean, the way the MCU is going right now, I've been preaching this for years. We're going towards a new Avengers, young Avengers.
Absolutely.
And Love fits into that perfectly.
Correct.
I don't know if she's part of... I'm going to look that up. I don't know if she is part of Young Avengers, but she fits perfectly in it.
Absolutely. Especially with now Miss Marvel being introduced. I mean, you're building the Young Avengers, which makes sense realistically for a movie franchise, anyways, because that gives you a long time period you can use these actors going forward to keep running this movie and keep running the series dry. In a not mean way of saying that. Your closing thoughts, though, or your ending thoughts, or the Guardians. Let's talk the Guardians. We haven't talked the Guardians.
I knew and expected it to only be an opening scene.
No, I didn't expect it to be much longer either.
Yeah, because it's really just from Endgame. It made it seem like we're gonna have more time with them, but it just didn't work out that way, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of in a perfect world, I kind of wish we would have had a Guardians movie first, so we could have had a whole Guardians movie with Thor.
Yeah,
especially when we get to a point that now he at the end of his time with the Guardians, that it's just he's the trump card to finish all things.
Maybe that's why we didn't get a Guardians movie, is because Thor's on a different power level than them.
But I there's that time I wish we would have had character development between the Guardians and Thor.
Yeah.
Especially with, when we see Thor saying goodbye, as far as he's concerned, this is his ship, this is his crew that he's leaving to Star-Lord. I wanted to see that development.
Maybe that's what the holiday special is. That comes out this year. I'm excited.
There should not be it's going to be the Star Wars holiday special, is what it's going to be.
Oh yeah, and I think they are aware of that. I think that's what James Gunn wants.
But I wish we had that development. I wish there would have been an Avengers movie, this one, and then we could have gone back to another Avengers movie, just because I think that would have been overall a better layout for the full character development of both crews, because we realistically, last time we see Star-Lord, he's still all heartbroken and upset about Gamora. We lose that entire time.
Yeah.
He's totally at...
But this isn't their story.
Well, no, I get that. But what, is the next Avengers movie going to backtrace itself? No, it's going to continue forward. Which means we lose that entire character arc and that character building.
That's what Volume 3 is for, though.
When does Volume 3 take place?
Before the next team-up.
After or before this movie?
I'd assume after.
So he already has the character development.
It may be both.
I mean, there is that chance that...
And honestly, I do think that the holiday special is going to be that time that we missed, because the holiday special is supposed to be a prologue to 3.
Okay. I don't know. We'll see. Because that is character development I really would have liked to have seen in Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Really, him having to come to terms with the fact that she is gone, and him working through it. Because we know in every other Marvel movie, anytime that their loved one has passed, they go into that really dark phase, and we see them really just go out of their character and start really going gruesome. Look at Hawkeye when he becomes Ronin.
Yep.
And that redemption arc for them is really... I'm a sucker for a redemption arc. I'm just going to put that out there. When I see a good redemption arc get played through a movie, and we get to see that character learn who they truly are, that's a good movie to me. I really enjoy those. I know, I'm just a sucker for it, but... I do like their ship, though.
The Milano? Oh, wait. Whose ship?
Yes.
I thought we were still talking about Guardians.
Both.
Oh, okay.
I like the newer ship because we haven't gotten to see much of this current ship they're on.
The Milano?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same ship from Volume 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought they got a new ship.
No.
Don't they get a new ship after?
Oh, you're right.
War?
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, it's not after Infinity War. It's from the end of Volume 2. So they have a new ship in Infinity War. Yeah. I get what you're saying now.
So I was happy to see
some.
some of it at least a little bit more because it is a nicer looking ship. There's a bit bigger space, so on the film working side of it with the bigger set now, that will be nice because now the characters have more room
There's
to actually roam.
There's also like more characters now.
Correct.
So
that was good. But my favorite thing that come from this movie though. My favorite thing that came from this movie, the goats. Yeah. I was laughing every time they were on the screen. They were so good. They're not good CGI. I'm not even gonna say that. But they're so funny. They work so well as comic relief, and going back to more of a like mythological look of the chariots being pulled or for the Vikings the ship being pulled. It worked so well, and it looks so good.
Music choice of this movie spot on, as good as Guardians.
Better than Guardians.
No, I disagree with that.
There's less songs. Oh. I'm sorry. I was thinking Ragnarok, not Guardians.
Oh, okay.
Better than Ragnarok.
Better than Ragnarok. Yeah.
Guardians, spot on, right there with it. The music choice for Guardians has been good, so this was a really good pairing for it. And if we're gonna do music choices like that going forward,
I'm on board. November Rain.
November Rain.
You're not the only one.
What?
You're not the only one. That's the line that plays when Jane Foster flies in, and it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. I think that's it. There wasn't as much to talk about as Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange was very divisive.
There was a lot more thought. I was surprised, but I think this movie was technically supposed to come out before Doctor Strange? No.
This was always after.
I am surprised then that there didn't seem to be anything that retied us back to either Doctor Strange or Spider-Man.
I liked that.
No.
I like that it's its own contained Thor adventure.
I appreciated it, but there still should have been something different in one of the universe because of those two movies. There's been a lot of multiverse messing with, and this one was just the multiverse may or may not exist. We're not going to pay attention to that. Let's look at everything else, which I appreciated because this was a Thor movie, not a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
But I really feel that Doctor Strange is going to be our main character in our team up.
Oh yeah.
That everything's going to tie back to him, and there was nothing connecting it back to. Even if it had just been a end credit or mid credit scene of Strange just showing up and going, "Hey, we need you," and disappearing.
I don't think we're quite at the point to start gathering the team yet, because we don't fully know the threat. We know it's going to be an incursion, and that's it.
But I don't think we're going to have another Thor movie in between.
I don't think we'll get another Thor movie until...
So that's why I was surprised...
Phase 6, probably.
So that's why I was surprised we didn't see Strange at least do something. Unless it's going to be like partway through the movie that Strange goes, "We need extra help," and then grab Thor.
I think that would be what it is.
I was surprised that with Strange now knowing Thor exists and knowing how much Thor was helpful against Thanos, that it wasn't, "Hey, we kind of need you."
Well, we don't know if this is a Thanos level threat or not yet.
Well, that's true.
Because to Strange, he can probably take care of this himself.
That is true. Strange is very full of himself.
Yeah, exactly.
So I will back off and I will concede on that point. You make a good point on that.
Moon Knight's in the opening now. He's in the M. That made me very happy.
I'm sad to see Natalie Portman be released as a character, as an actress for it, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It was a very good closing arc for her. I'm sure she was probably getting tired of doing the movies.
She was.
Yeah.
That's why she wasn't in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ended her contract with Dark World, and then she did reshoots for Endgame, and that was a surprise. And she was at the red carpet for purple carpet for Endgame, and that was a surprise. And then they announced this movie, and everybody was like, "No, I guess she's back," and now she's gone again.
I think she needed to come back.
To finish off Thor's story?
I think they needed her to come back for a good closing of Thor's story, for a good closing of her story, not just that she's off doing science.
Yeah.
Because she's been too tied to Thor's story, too tied to investigating into the wormholes or the I forget what the name of the bridge is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though.
What is the name of it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Space shit.
But she's been too tied to it all that her just going off and doing space stuff doesn't really work.
Yeah.
It was a good closing for her. And it was a good, even though it was very short, introduction and closing for the Mighty Thor.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. I get she had to die for Thor's story to close. Or Thor's arc to close.
Does Love ever take on the role, though, of the Mighty Thor?
I think so. I think so. Let me look it up.
Because that would be the other side, is maybe they just wanted to close her and they wanted to introduce the Mighty Thor, but then they can bring her back now as Love.
Yeah. Fill space.
Good movie. The name Love and Thunder makes total sense. Kind of goes back to game theory was kind of correct. Well, sorry, film theory in this case was kind of correct. He was theorizing that, it was going to involve Thor and his mother more so. Or at least maybe Thor had a different mother, because in the comic series, Thor does have a different mother than the mother that he has in the movie series. So I guess they're kind of correct that it was about the parent-child relationship. It's just not the parent-child relationship we thought we were going to get. Does that make sense, or am I just rambling?
You're kind of rambling.
Okay.
I get what you're saying, though.
At least you get what I'm saying. I don't think I get what I'm saying. Anyways.
That's fair.
Any other closing thoughts? Any other opinion? Any other statement, belief, or whatnot I totally missed?
Is she an original character?
I doubt it.
I don't.
Let it go. Research later.
I will research later. I give it a 7.5.
7.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe an 8.
Yeah.
Again, I liked it more than Ragnarok.
I don't like it as much as Ragnarok, but I have different reasons.
Jeff Goldblum.
No, I love the story of Ragnarok.
See,
the mythological story of Ragnarok.
See, the mythological story, it was good, but I don't feel it was as fleshed out as it could have been.
No, I agree.
Where this story felt like, again, it felt like they wrote the story.
My light just died, so we gotta wrap this.
Yeah, Lighting's gonna suck for the rest of this. But I feel the story was better written here. It felt like they wanted to tell the story a certain way.
Yeah.
Where Ragnarok was, we kind of have it a story. We'll work it out. It'll flesh itself out.
Basically.
Because I still think Ragnarok should have been realistically 2 movies. Hela's arc is so small that it should have been 2 movies.
That's the issue with adapting the comics into films, though. And this has been a topic since Endgame, really, is in the comics, it's always present day, and you don't really have characters die, and if they do, they're just brought back.
Yeah.
The issue with filming movies is people age, people get old, people don't want to play roles anymore, so we have to get rid of those characters that aren't gotten rid of, and there's more stories to tell about them.
Well, and I guess realistically, we can't say Hela's dead.
Oh.
Well, remember, we see.
Oh yeah, she could be alive.
She still could be alive somehow.
Yeah.
It is the god of death. But there seems to be, for me at least, in Ragnarok, the story wasn't fully there. it was good character development for Hulk and for Loki.
Yeah.
It was good character development for Loki. I will give it that. I still don't agree with Loki now being alive in a different technical part of the timeline, but that's a whole different...
That's a different thing. Multiverse timey-wimey shit.
I'm not a fan of Loki. Not like Loki the character. I think Loki the character is really well done. The Loki, the Disney Plus TV series, nah. Anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. I would probably put Ragnarok at 7.5 and this at 8. They're right there with each other.
Yeah.
There are points that either movie could take the spot, but I mean, compared to like the original Iron Man, they're both above that.
Oh yeah, because they're not Marvel formula.
No, they are good standalone movies.
Yeah.
You could give it to anybody. You could give this movie to anybody, and they could understand really how the story's gotten here, because they do a really funny retelling at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
That kind of makes me think. Hear me out. We're going to go on a tangent for a minute.
Oh god, this video's how long already?
Yeah, about probably 15 minutes. Anyways. The only reason Korg tells the story at the beginning is because they saw how successful Olaf's scene in Frozen 2 was.
Okay,
It is
George.
told the same way, is it not?
It is.
It is realistically a scene-for-scene copy and paste of that same feel.
Okay, George.
Anyways, that's our thoughts. Leave the hate comments, because the hate comments always come on these videos. If you agree, congrats, you're probably the one person, because nobody ever seems to like my opinions on movies.
They're your opinions.
They are my opinions. Anyways, it's been real.
That's been fun!
Which means it's been real fun. Until next time, bye guys.